Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Isid.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes to the van, phone in hand, BMX track in the foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late, I don't know why we're late to the gate. And bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and ride our hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in no era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boona, it's a too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The body is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with your lines. We're all slow, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.
Here we are again. I think we're recording. It says we're live as well as recording, but if we are live, I don't know where we're live, so I assume we're just recording.
It's getting views all over the gaff if we're live.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we just press some weird button and we're on a billboard in Times Square or something like that?
More Taiwan.
It's quite possible. Anyway, how's it been? It's been a while again.
We're in a heat wave.
Well, I can see you've got your
I've
ice
got my
lolly.
ice cream out, yeah.
Yeah. What's the
Well, I'm
temperature?
going to try and finish it before we get into this, but...
So what's a heat wave? Are we in the 30s?
We're going to get 30s. Leicester's going to get 31, and I'm leaving. I mean, we're going on holiday this week.
Where are you going?
No, not a broad one. We're just going up to the Lake District. So I'm going to see if there's any pump tracks around.
There's a few up there.
Yeah, there is.
I'm sure there is.
Right.
Yeah. Get on the Clark and Kent
I think there's a
website.
good
I'm sure
one.
there's some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
God, they're knocking out some tracks.
There's tracks popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, not just Clark and Kent, the best builders you can get. Like, loads of other people are knocking them out, which is brilliant. It's what we want to see.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, let's show some love to Clark and Kent's family. They've had quite a big few weeks. Obviously, the sad passing of the Don, Peter.
Don.
And then in the same week, Kent's had a little boy.
Yeah.
So lots of love to that family. Love them.
I've got a lot of time for that. Obviously, I go on a lot about... I was sponsored by Clark and Kent when they had the little race team, and it was a hell of a time. But obviously, I talk a lot about the South Africa 2010 trip, which is up there as one of my favourite trips. And we had some very good times. It was quality.
Yeah.
Not many stories you can share on air, probably. But I've always said this, and I said this to Boot the other week. When I've quit teaching, we'll do an Isid story pod that will probably end up with me behind bars.
It tells all. Like, we'll do a Piers Morgan special.
Yeah,
We should. It would be great. I got one of the. It just happens to be on my desk right now. I got something a while ago that I really need to get round to doing, and you should probably get one as well. So Kim got me that. Can you see what it
I've
says?
seen these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a big old book, right? And I'm supposed to write this, my father's life, and I'm supposed to put. There's pages and pages and pages of my first this, what happened about that, talk about high school, talk about this, talk about that, and it's something that the kids can remember when I'm gone. You should perhaps get a version of that, but there might be a kid-friendly version and a non-kid-friendly version.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be after I'm dead, so there's no repercussions. I think I'll write that. That's cool. I've seen them a lot on socials. They pop up on your little Instagram like ads, don't they? And that.
That's it. Yeah, I've been looking at it for ages.
You got suckered in.
Well, no, Kimboy for me, and I really should do something with it. You know what it's like. It's one of those things that you put off.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. it's been a while since we started with the what we got wrong, but we did get some stuff wrong in the last podcast. And I talked about a bike snapping, and I was like, I think it was a GT that snapped in some race in Australia. It wasn't. It was a radio. And it was Matthew Fox's, and he snapped it, and he borrowed a bike the day after, and he did really well. I don't even know if he might have won in the junior superclass. So, and I've got a picture of that, a better picture than I perhaps shared on the socials for later on in the show. So it was not a GT, it was a radio that snapped. That's definitely what I got wrong. I don't know if we got anything else wrong in the last one.
I think everything else was very factual.
As always. Factual.
Yeah.
As always.
So we've got some news. We got some chat.
I've just opened up the notes, right? Obviously, I've put mine in there, and now I'm reading other ones. I'm thinking, Booter must have been very angry.
It wasn't Booter. I wrote that.
It says at Crew.
Yeah. But so I'm not even going to say that word because my
It's
mum
a
doesn't
C-bomb,
approve of it.
people, and I read it, and I'm like, oh my god, he must have been angry about that.
Yeah,
but
but
I
in
had someone
Australia,
on the
the
socials.
C-bomb's not bad.
Yeah.
No, the C-bomb's not bad in Australia at all. Out of respect, because I didn't check with him, I won't say whose piss was getting boiled as a consequence of this, and that might be a clue as to who raised it with me. But he said, I'm so annoyed. And I think Crew Regional had tipped him over the edge. And why can't you pay £3 to park on the field? Why do you have to park on the road? Why do you have to clog the place up? It's hard enough being a club. Just pay your £3 and come and park on the field. And I don't think this is the only regional where it's occurred. So it's been raised to me by a well-known rider, and he was super angry with it, and I would be as well. And I've run races at Crew, and it is annoying when you get the field set out and nobody will pay the £3 to park, and then they just chog up the main road. So if you go into a regional, people, pay your £3.
There's a lot of things like this, and you got to remember it goes to the club, and it happens in the UK as well, and people try and find a little ways around it. I mean, it's not much, guys, is it? BMX is relatively cheap unless you want to go mad and buy your rims and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've not bought a bike for 7 years. Like, I'm not spending money on bikes.
Cheap for
you
you.
don't have to.
It
don't
is
have
a
to
cheap
buy a
one
new
for you.
bike.
I just look at it as it's less. Yeah, the money goes to the club, but it's also like the longevity of the club, like pissing all the neighbours off, and the council, like the chance of them getting races in the future, for the sake of what, £3 or whatever. Like in this day and age, it's just not worth playing around with. Surely you'd want your vehicle to be safer in a car park as well. Like pay it to the club wherever you.
Well,
are.
I've seen some of the vehicles that go to BMX races, and that not always the case.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You park your 50 grand van around the corner just to save £3. Grow
That's
up.
it. Yeah. Pay your money. So there's a little bit of news that was raised to me. We have got what happened too. We've got some bikes to look at as well, and we had a few requests to talk about certain subjects. I don't mind what order we get into any of this, but there's a bit to talk about. And but the biggest thing to talk about is what's happened in recent races, which me and Boo were talking about a minute ago. Neither of us have researched at all, so it's all on you, Sean, in terms of what's happened at the races.
About our pod.
Oh my God.
I actually realised
Shit.
that 10 minutes to go, I went, I actually can't really remember the races that have happened.
Well, let's start in England and then we'll venture out to Europe.
Yeah,
Go on,
let's
Sean,
start
you
with the races.
drive. I'll pitch in every now and again with a
Well,
obtuse
obviously
comment.
we've got to just quickly do Glasgow, ain't we? And we always say this, if you want to go through the results and what happened you go on Scores, you go on the 96 podcast. If you want to hear the shit that went down, you listen to us.
Yeah, the 96 can read out the facts, because fair play, Scott and Jules, you do a good job at it. We usually just chat shit.
Well, Ross Cullen rocked up, didn't he? Let's talk Ross Cullen. The RC22 Appreciation Club.
We love to talk.
People
Ross
are going to
Cullen.
start hating us we keep going on about Ross, but we fucking love that guy.
Oh, man.
We said that me and Booter have obviously got a group chat with like Cal Strickland and Andy Klukas.
Just to reiterate, this is the group chat I'm not allowed in.
You're not allowed in this.
Yeah.
No.
We'll just get that one
You're
straight.
allowed
Carry
in
on.
it? What? Well, you're not
Well, I'm not in it.
allowed.
I'm not in it.
No, that's
I
another
don't
one.
mind.
This group chat's probably going on 15 years old now.
Yeah, you don't add me to it. It would be wrong. It can
No.
be the under 50s group chat.
That's it. Just
It has got a mix of dynamics, I'll be honest, because Sean and Cal race. Clucas and I talk road bikes.
yeah.
So
But
it's,
Clucas is
well,
funny, like because obviously he's not a typical roadie, is he? He's got a dodgy side, let's say, and he'll slip back into old Clucas that the BMXers know, the nutter.
Yeah. I think he just enjoys winning, whatever he's doing. So he could take up rock climbing tomorrow, and he'd be obsessed with trying to be the best rock climber. I think that's just the way his mind
He's a
works.
machine.
Yeah. He could turn up and still win at BMX, but I think it's more of keeping his interest, really.
He's not about
Anyway,
life anymore.
Ross turned up at Glasgow and put on a clinic, right? Tell us what you saw, Sean.
Because let's be honest, he's in a different category. Cal Russell's rapid as well, isn't he? Like he's in there with him. Them two boys, they train
I was impressed
together.
by
It
him.
seems a lot.
I thought he was sticking to him, and I thought it was really nice.
They get on well, and I think, and I am paraphrasing it because I don't really know the facts, obviously, because we're this late to the gate podcast. But I think Cal looks up to him a lot, and Ross is almost taking him under his wing, and it seems like they are very similar mindsets of they're there to win, they're there to be professional, they're there to get a job done. Okay. So Ross rocks up anyway. So as soon as he pulls up, he got out the car and it was right near the hype tent. So he shouted me over. His mechanic's there. The degreasing the lot. He's setting it all up. He's like, from word go, we've got a plan here. And it was, his laps were flawless. Like everything was exactly the same. Every single lap. Didn't put a foot wrong. And it was almost like, it was grooved and it was a routine that he was just going through. It was sick. It was brilliant to watch.
Mm. Well, that's the sign of a true professional, isn't it?
Well, I caught up with him after, and we had a little chat, and we filmed it. So it's gonna come out at some point. We filmed it, and we had this little interview. But we jokingly said his times were faster than the world's final winner times. Yeah, granted the weather's different and all that kind of stuff, but I was joking about you could have won the world, mate. And then was like, it is a joke. Just I'm putting it out there. He's not claiming he's world champion right now, guys. But we joked about it. The pace is there. Let's say that.
Let's say the pace is there ahead of the World Cup season. I mean, he got sixth, didn't he, at that Worlds?
Well, he's in Sarians now, isn't he? Practicing.
Is he out there?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, when is that now? 2 weekends away.
Couple of weeks.
So we're really closing on World Cup season, which is, if I'm honest, that's when I wake up. I'll be perfectly honest. I've been waiting for this, and we're now 2026, 2 years out from the games. Yeah, everyone starts to pay a bit more attention. World Cups start to mean something. So for me, this is this is where I come alive. So I'm well up for it.
I can't wait. Because obviously you've got Freya won 4 out of 4 again, so she went back to back as well with Rendell Todd in the mix with her. But we're coming into World Cup season, and I can't wait. I want to see Beth. I haven't seen Beth on the UK scene yet. But I thought
Beth at the French Cup was looking really, really sharp.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, just to touch on Freya again, I thought Elsa was really close to her, and I know she's got the elbow in a couple of times, so that looks to me like that's setting up to be a really, really good, competitive competition throughout this year. We've seen a lot of Kai on Gates and on the socials.
He looked quick the other day.
Looking to be putting down some good half laps. So I hope that he's healthy and hungry.
Until Quillen stitched him up. Did you see this? Quillen put just having a flying visit and he obviously was just there and quickly put a video on Kai. And it didn't look the greatest.
Was it a bad gate?
No, it was a good gate, but then he went a bit sketchy into the first corner. And I thought, Quillen, you could have done him a bit dirty there. I don't know how many people
I'm sure it was Kyle Evans a few years back where, if you're putting up some practice clips, it is a bit of a dig at one of your mates if you put on one of their dud gates or one of them one of them ones where they're a bit squirrely, or a World Cup practice where you're like, oh, I've just snapped Sylvan there, so you put it on just to give him a bit of a dig in the ribs. That would be jokingly. Yeah, that's great. I think it's interesting. I hope that we flood Sarian with talent, and let's see what happens.
Well, going back to Freya, I caught up with Freya as well, actually. because I wanted to know. We wanted to know about the French deal after you just said about Beth. It triggered me. Like I said, why are you not going France? And her response was, she's up for it. Just don't know if they'll understand my accent. So we'll see. Hopefully she'll get in the mix as well.
Did you find out much more about how the whole French thing's working?
Not yet, because I haven't had a chance to. Because Bloomy wasn't there.
Hmm.
I wanted to catch up with Bloomy about it, and because obviously he heads the girls, and none of the girls that were racing in France were there either. So I didn't really get a chance. Not one to prize other people's knowledge without the actual person being there. If that makes sense.
It's fair enough. Yeah. Keen to get into that. Just when you do find out in terms of what the deal is, what the attraction is, how it works, what the commitment is, because we talked about we think it's this, we think it's that for a while now.
But there's bigger names at the French rounds than what there was at the last Euro round, I would say.
Oh,
you might be right. There'd be a reason for it
as well. You know, like Molly Simpson was there, Meryl Smulders and Beth, and then a stacked French field, and then we didn't get too many going out, did we? To the was it the Czech rounds?
It was a Czech round, but it was the last one was France, wasn't it? The other week, Saint Maxime.
Oh yeah, some Mazmin.
Again, if we'd have researched it, we'd have learned how to. That long track that looked crap, that one.
They saw stylo in it. Yeah, is it just there's less to gain from it? Is everyone a bit nervous with the season coming up? Everyone wants to be doing the World Cups later in the year.
Yeah. It didn't look a great track though. It just looked like it didn't flow, and the corners were really wide.
Big.
And I don't like. God, we sound like we're so miserable here, don't we? I don't like that you can manual through a double on an elite straight.
Oh, I mean, I think the wind looked like it was causing havoc, but they were manual, and then that triple into the corner they couldn't get over as well. I tend to not like that myself, but are we just old and miserable?
But it was good racing. As crap as what I felt the track was, and as open as the corners and flat as the corners looked, it made for some moves. It was just I was watching it on the Saturday, and I think I sent it to you, and I think sent it in the group chat that you're not allowed in, Dex. Yeah. And it was like there's literally a crash every single lap, and from the quarter onwards, it was just cards. And then there was that one where the guy went on his it was nose manual in and just folded in half like a Samsung flip phone.
Have you seen that, Dex?
No.
Motorola razored himself onto the last straight. He was going over the bars, and he kept going. And he's I don't know how he hit the back of his head going forward.
Oh, I might have seen it.
I don't know.
I might have seen a share by someone. Maybe 2 in 1 out.
It was like a quad nose manual before he folded himself and did a roly-poly into. I think he's okay, and I don't know how. Because that could have quite easily been a broken neck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Sarian in a couple of weeks. Can't wait. Papendal after that. The Worlds in between. The Chinese dates in October.
Oh, yeah.
It says to be confirmed.
Oh,
now,
sugar.
Scott Dick reposted a Tom Ritz track this week on Facebook saying, how great is this Chinese Supercross track?
Yeah.
This is
I've
where
seen
the
it.
Supercross is being held. And Tom Ritz actually said, this isn't the World Cup track. So those dates, 10th and 11th of October, I don't know why that venue is. And then we've got Sarasota, 31st of October. So it's a bit of a strange season this year.
We've got Olympic points this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cycle start. Yeah.
So we need to sort that Chinese one out then, don't we?
Yeah, and it's not that long. It's not that far to Brisbane. It's really not that far to Brisbane now.
Not at all. Now, at least that's built.
Is it 10 weeks? I think someone posted 10 weeks or something. 6 weeks to the Euros, 10 weeks to... Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be about 10 weeks, you know. Get your cycles in, guys. 10-week cycle.
I'm looking forward to the Brisbane one. I've got my tickets. I'm going to go and watch all the elite. And it should be good.
Oh, make
sure you pay your parking.
I would put some money on it. I've got some.
It's probably free parking. What you got?
I'd put some euros down on you potentially seeing the best Great Britain performance that you've ever seen.
Well, Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm
across
excited.
all championship categories.
Yeah.
I think our talent is stacked. So I think you should get to see a good event.
It'll be good. And just getting back to Ross turning up at Glasgow and having flawless laps, when the season's finished, we should probably get him back again, because I'm really interested in things like the flow states and accessing the high level of mindset. Because when you're executing repeated laps and they're all flawless in exactly the same way, yes, it comes down to physical training. Yes, it comes down to muscle memory. But there's so much from a mindset perspective that can take you a millimeter away. You know, and a millimeter away here is a meter away over there. So he's accessing some kind of really high quality mind state to be able to replicate a lap like that with so many variables consistently. And I'd really like to get into that. And, you know, and maybe there's a chat with Kyle, maybe there's a chat with Bloomy, because some of the feats that athletes perform, whether it be BMX, whether it be skateboarding, and you think about them, and golf as well, and you think about the millimeter perfect movements they have to do, you can only access them if you're in a different place in your mind. You can't access them normally. You know, too much can make you just a millimeter away here and it's a meter away over there. So I'd love to get into that.
There's got to be. I'd imagine British cycling have psychologists, but I wonder how many of the riders use them. I wonder how many go and find their own, if they're allowed to find their own and work with one individual rather than having someone who looks after the whole team. I don't know, but I'd imagine our funding, we would have that.
I guess there'll be overarching
so.
strategies that they all follow, won't there, to sort of access that under pressure. How do I make the least amount of mistakes? I think it was Connor that said that, you know, physiologically most of the riders are within a percentage or two of each other, and it's who makes the least mistakes on a lap. So I'm interested in that, because I think Russ, we've kept saying this same phrase over the past few years, or I have anyway. He's been knocking on the door, or he's got the pieces, he's just got to put it together. You know, he can see that he's the fastest on a lap, but can he do it in the main? And I think now he's started to see them results, and we've unlocked that a little bit. It is interesting to see what has changed mindset wise, preparation wise. Is there something extra that he goes into? As well as that, I'd like to go into his tech. You know, you said about the bike, Sean, and I've heard stories about him, you know, a couple of sets of wheels, no bushes or seals in these wheels. Like, I would love to get down to that micro detail of, like, you know, what bearings are you running here, and how you
Would he tell you? He ain't going to tell you that.
He might not. I remember last.
I wouldn't like him to give any secrets away, but I'd love to get down to the detail of, like, how scientific the setup gets.
I wonder if he would tell you anyway, but if he tells the other GB lot as well, if they've got similar setups, or is he really, really secretive? Because I mean, Frey is killing it, like a couple of extra percentage here and there, like where would she be and when she gets into elite and all that kind. I'm really looking forward to the big step ups. Like, I would love to see multiple GB riders in mains and in the elite categories, because we haven't seen that. I can't remember seeing a Worlds where we had numerous people since, like, Dale Holmes and, like, Dylan's making the main with Jamie Staff. Like, there's 3 of them in there, and I think we're close. I think we are getting there.
It's got to be better than it ever was. Because, yeah, okay, we may have had them elite guys up there, but at the time we wouldn't have had an elite woman that was in that stage.
No.
We may have had junior. When was the last junior men's world champ? Was it Scott Beaumont?
Yeah, 95.
He won at Brighton, didn't he? 96. Was it 96?
Did he win at Brighton? Because I know he was
Or was he
world champ at
defending
the
at Brighton?
time.
Right.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
So
No, I'm showing their age,
we've
haven't we?
we've never had junior men world champ. Well, sorry, not never, but the depth. I feel like you could put a couple of under 23 men in. You could put a couple of under 23 women in. Junior, I'd like to think there's 2 medalists there. That sounds like I'm putting the pressure on, but
We're not one for pressure.
Yeah, exciting times. I mean, there'll be tips and tricks that are known in the team, but it'd be interesting to know back to Sean's point, has anyone got a real secret ingredient that they're keeping secret? One of the things I loved, and I watched a few mountain bike YouTube series a while ago. It might have been on YouTube, might have even made Netflix. I can't remember. But on the Santa Cruz one, Greg Minar's mechanic, he would get a drill on the bearings and he'd spin the bearings almost up till the point of failure. So they'd only last one downhill race to make them as fast as they possibly could to take all of the friction out of the bearings. And that was shown on the TV show, so you put the drill in, get the bearing, and then, almost to a point of failure, and that was it. So it'd be interesting to know if we're doing that in BMX as well, taking the bearings to the point of failure. We probably are. Why wouldn't you? If it's not,
my bearings are nearly at point of failure, I think.
That's just because you've not put anything in them for 1,000 years.
We did clean them out though, didn't we, Sean? Prior to the season,
we were surprised actually, weren't we?
They were good. They were in good condition.
What hubs are you running?
What am I running, Booyah?
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth.
Oh, they take looking after as well.
No, they don't.
Well, I think
I've
for the
tried
most
and
part,
tested.
they're
They
bomb-proof.
don't.
Yeah.
They don't think they. I think that their mechanism needs a special servicing tool, but they were clean. Fair play to Stealth.
Doesn't get
Not
ridden
sure.
much though, does it? If it's raining, I'm like, nah, not bothered.
Yeah. I would like to think they're an elite level. I mean, I reckon there's some some riders that get a bike out of the box and just don't even bother with it. But I think that they're probably running their wheels and they probably sound like a bag of shit because they're all completely free of grease. But I would, if you're riding on 40-second laps and that's it, you don't need to worry about longevity. You don't need to worry about warranties. I would hope that they're running just the cones or just the bearings right on the cusp of being safe, just for that extra micro millimeter of
makes a big difference.
It's a percentage, it's a tiny game, but that's what they want.
Brilliant. Any more races?
No, I do. Can we talk about like some of the interviews at the Euro rounds, please? That did make me chuckle. Obviously, if you're sad like me, you sit and watch it, and then you catch some of the interviews, which then I caught two of our good friends of the show getting
Friend of the pod, Sam Doppen.
Sam Doppen was interviewing Mike Bias. So I thought, okay, because usually I skip through this. I was like, I'm going to listen to this. It was very interesting. Mike Bias can talk very well, by the way. So he's very articulate, more than what I am, that's for sure. But what made me piss, and I'm laughing my head off at this, is that Sam kept saying to him, like, you've come from down under, and that must have pissed him off. As a Kiwi, that's got to piss you off, surely.
Do they associate with down under decks as well? Or is it just
I really
just you
don't
guys?
know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question because they really do not like being confused for Australian, because when you live over here, it's you pick up the accent differences straight away. But I don't know about the down under thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I always thought, because the reason I know this is because my old, when I was learning to drive, he was a Kiwi, and I asked him if he was an Aussie and if he was from down under, and he just lost it.
And he failed it.
Mate, my first lesson, he lost it. I thought, oh shit, I booked in for a tenner.
I think I just Googled it, and I think it can be grouped on the whole, but I think obviously it depends who you get if they take offence to it.
I can't imagine Mike would have taken offence to it. But
no, he's a high professional, isn't he? Highly professional.
It was how Sam continued to kept saying it. I was just dying. Yeah.
But do you know what? Yeah, Sam, great commentary. Again, feel like we back a few people here and like we go on about them, but he really nails it. He really nails the mood of it, and he seems to be doing loads of events, loads of ones in Africa and all sorts. So fair play to him.
He could be the
Here's a story. I don't know if, as always, my usual statement. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say this. Someone's been approached from the UK to go down under, not New Zealand, to Australia, and commentate the Worlds.
Brisbane.
And yeah.
What, there isn't a normal commentator on the scene?
On the Worlds scene.
Okay.
Lewis Lucker.
Okay.
Good
Good
on
on Lewis,
know.
first of all. So what are you allowed to say this, Sean?
Probably not, but I've said it. It's out there now.
So, when you say approached, what UCI reach out and say, "Do you want to be part of the team?"
They've asked him if he wants to do it. Now I don't know if he said yes or not yet, because obviously he runs his own business, so I don't know if he'll be able to sort that all out. But yeah, fair play.
good man. I would say that
recognition.
Lewis was brilliant at 2023 Glasgow Worlds,
Mhm.
and I think that was probably. Am I right in saying this was one of the first times he'd done like a level of that, like an event of that size, with that type of media all over it? Because obviously you had TV and all sorts, and I thought he was excellent.
He is. He's good. I don't know how the other boys would have been feeling about it, because obviously Rich has done a lot, but he always did it for the TV, didn't he? It wasn't really at the event; it was always for the TV. So maybe he's got that deal. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I heard.
I did pick up. I think I can say this because he put it on his Insta or Facebook that Warlock was doing a freestyle event.
Yeah.
On the same weekend as a Euro event, and I think he put a bit of a comment saying, "Here I am doing freestyle BMX, but there is actually a race on at the moment."
I think he's got links with Eurosport or TNT.
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
not sure. I'm not sure whether that as his contract's run its course. I don't actually know how they're contracted on that type of occasion, but obviously the English speaker, he's been doing it for a good few years. He was absent from these last couple of rounds, but he was doing a freestyle event instead.
It seems like the setup is Sam does it plus a local one, because it sounded like there was a French dude there. It was Sam and a French dude.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
The Czech one was Sam and a Czech dude.
I get that. I just, I hadn't really noticed. I don't really know how they work. Whether you sign for a season? Do you sign? Is it verbal? Is it just mates rates and all?
No,
It sounds like BMX.
Yeah,
Put your receipt in and I'll get you your hotel back. I don't know how it works.
It's probably more formal now. But the thing is, there's such a lot of talent out there. Not everyone is going to get every gig, and that's just the way it is. And also, things come in waves as well, and new companies take over or new administrations take over, and then they'll have perhaps a preferred one that they want to use. I would think, from a world's perspective, there'll be contracts involved. From the Europeans, maybe, probably, there should be. I don't know what the script is from a national perspective, but it's probably
right in the contract, isn't it?
Yeah,
probably a dodgy bloke round from up north. Yeah, I'll sort your contract out. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
I'll pay you next week.
Biscuits. Put your receipt in.
All right. Race wise, have we covered everything then?
Just Scotland's fucking long, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's a long track.
How did you do there? I don't think we have spoke since the Scottish National.
Oh, oversight. A slight oversight, let's say that. Day one, I went out in the motos.
Oh, no.
On 11 points. I generally thought I was through. And then I went and sat down and checked the checked the vinyl sheet to see what pick I was in. And
is this because you had a small category?
Yeah, my name wasn't on the list. Fifth place was on 10 points. And I went out in ninth on 11 points.
So how did they whittle those last ones out on 11
your
points?
count back, so your last moto was what? What did you finish?
I rolled in fourth because I thought I was safe.
Right. So you got stung on the, is it called count back, on the last moto?
Yeah, I was in second. And then down the last straight, Tom Palmer came past me and Mitchell Smith come past me. And Mitchell Smith ended up on the same points as me. And because he got third, he went in eighth and I went in ninth. It is what it is. I turned it round the next day. I got fifth. I just thought it's a long way to go to get motoed. When we moved, and I booked that spa hotel, didn't I? Like, I cannot. Honestly, you need to follow my life with a camera.
It's written all over it, this one.
Right, so I'm on the phone straight away to him. I'm like, you never guess what? Spa hotel. Rolled in. Big sign on the thing as I'm checking in. The pool is closed for the weekend. All spa things are out of order. So I was like, oh, brilliant. So I was like, do I get any discount? She said no. I think it's because I'm English. She's gone, no, you ain't getting any discount. And then there was loads of old people coming in. I'm like, what the bloody hell is going on here? Because obviously round one, I got the what was it? The steam train convention. That was my round one.
Yeah.
The next round, mate, it's at 60 plus. Was it not scouts? What's the female version?
Guides.
60 plus guides singing weekend for the Americans. They'd all come over. There's like 260 plus women in my hotel, and they're all practicing their singing. You can hear it's.
They'd have loved you, the Golden Girls.
So the
They'd
bar
have
was
loved
lively
you.
then, yeah?
Well, the bar
Did you go
wasn't
down for one?
lively. I did. I nipped down for one, but they weren't in the bar. They were in like the meeting rooms, all practicing the little sings. I've got a little video through the gap of one of the. I'll have to share it at some point. But yeah, it just wasn't. I'm not doing it anymore.
So where are you staying at Gosport?
In the caravan with the kids and the
Okay.
family and the
There's a
hype.
big
all
field
the
at
hype
Gosport,
drop.
isn't there?
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I thought the story was going to take a different turn there. I thought you were going to get seduced by Stifler's mum or something like that.
No, do you know what I also found is because I was so pissed off on the Saturday, I went and played golf, so I didn't get in the hotel till like 8-9 o'clock. I just went bed. I was livid. It is what it is.
It is
We
what
need
it is.
to include like Sean, a bit of a check-in, like race check-in section. So like things that have gone wrong in Sean's life, and then you'll share screen, just share a little bit of an edit. Like, look at this one. This time, I've checked into my room. I've gone to where my mini bar is, and someone's nicked the fridge.
Oh.
Has that happened? Yeah.
That happened as well. Yeah, I thought I put all my drinks. I thought I've got all my drinks for the weekend. I'll go stick them in the fridge. Open the fridge bit, just a gap, like where someone had nicked the fridge. I thought I'm in Glasgow here.
It's incidents, something like that. That's what we need. The section. What
seems
should
like a
try to
section.
do this week that hasn't come off?
Oh no, I'm getting blinded by the light here.
Yeah, this is what happens in your summer location.
Yeah, it's. I'm not moaning. I flipping love the sun, as you can tell by my tan. PE teacher loves to be outside. Just covering up before I move so I don't flash anyone.
Did you?
What was the
Sean,
update?
have you,
Carry on.
Okay, just whilst you were moving around, Sean, have you had any little upsets or mishaps on the bike recently? Have you had a little crash or got a bruise on your leg somewhere? Talking about it's incidents.
Yeah. I haven't crashed for a long time, by the way. I've looked at
I'll
this.
say that.
Probably like pre-COVID was my last crash before this little mishap. So basically, last weekend, there's a little mock pump track that they've put up in a village near me because they're going to build a pump track, basically. So they wanted, the council have put all this up. They wanted people to come and try it out. Nuneaton BMX Club said, go and try it. And then so I was like, I'll take the kids down. So watching them all flying around, it's tight, don't get me wrong. It's a wooden one. The corners are like, you got the corner, there's a drop off.
Number one there. That's an excuse.
Say again?
There's
There's
an
excuse number one. They're tight, it's tight. So the kids are whipping round, and then my old man came, and he's like, go on, you have a go.
Go on, Terry.
Go, Sean. Just watch out. It's very small. You just take your time. One of them.
Put your arm
I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll get round that corner. So anyway, then the counsellor calls me over, goes, go on, yeah, let's see it. Let's do a demonstration for the kids. So I thought I'd roll round the first one, pretty chilled, and I was like getting a bit more confident, picking up the pace. Third lap, I'm going pretty quick. Went to go around the corner, and I thought, as soon as I started to go around, I was like, getting around this. I've ended up sliding out, smashed my handlebar on the top of the corner, broke my brake lever. But because I've gone on the corner, I've split my legs, and I've gone smash. Luckily, just missed little Issy, but I've took the whole coping onto the inside of my leg, which I've got a massive bruise, and I've showed you lots before the start of this. But it was one of them. You could hear everyone go, ooh.
Ooh,
I was like,
I'm not sure about this BMX sport. It looks dangerous.
Yeah.
Let's pull the
So
funding.
I've got up, done it the old, where's my bike? Got my bike. Didn't realise it was snapped at that point. Jumped back on, did a few, and then went to pull my brake. Obviously, that snapped off. And I was like, oh, shit. Carried it on, and then just like popped off the side, walked back up to my dad, and Tez is like, You've hurt yourself, ain't you, Sean? I went, yeah, just trying to start it out. Stayed for another half hour, just standing there watching it, let the kids ride, and
Oh, that's made me laugh.
limped off home. A lot of pain.
It's
Join
a
us next
sport
time
that comes
for-
with some risk. It comes with some risk.
Yeah. Risk reward.
All right.
Well, it's
Where have we got to on tracing the no clips plates? You must have done
Okay.
you did a social post while I was in bed, and obviously
Yeah.
you've got the password to the Late to the Gate Instagram, but with that password comes a degree of risk because everything you do you shared to my own
I didn't
Facebook
realise
account as
this.
well. So I woke up to lots of messages and lots of reactions in terms of trying to track down these plates.
I didn't know that the Late to the Gate podcast, if I post on Instagram, it posts on your personal.
Only if you tell it to. You don't have to do that. So just be more careful next time.
I didn't know that was the thing, but now that I know that, it's great because I know you're asleep. Yeah. We got, so obviously there's 200 defined. We found 47 so far. And do you know what I really like about it? Is people are sending us like selfies with them. So it's not like
That
the
was
youthful.
brilliant.
Yeah, it's not the
I
youthful
think
picture.
47's good as well. That's really
47's
good.
a good
Yeah.
number.
This,
Like already, I thought I had one at my mum's, but we've already been clearing that out, and I don't think I've got a plate there. I
Well-
thought I'd got the 03, and I've got pictures of me with the 04 on a cruiser, but I just can't find it. Maybe I'll find it at some point.
well, we found the number one. So obviously the first year they did it, number one was the national number one. They just got number one. The second year they did it in 04, it was the winner of the previous series, which was Kelvin, and Kelvin got a gold number one given to him. We've discovered that. We found that. We know where that is. Some youth in Rotherham's got it, basically. I think Rotherham or Harworth or Doncaster, anyway, around there. Or was it Rich Beatty that's got it? I can't remember. Someone's got it.
I'll find
anyway.
out. Yeah, someone's got it.
But we know where that one is, and we've some of the names on that list, they're quality. Because we ended up, people were sending us videos of like the series, and what was the race that I sent you, Booter? It had all the big names, had like Artist Mattison's was in it.
I don't know now, but we found there's a
Get me
bike
listed.
videos. Shout out to Gav Foster, who originally hosted that as a website.
Oh man, what a play!
There's a bike videos YouTube channel, isn't there?
Hmm.
And I think it's got some of it posted. And I was trying to pick out the numbers. I was watching Koppel one year, Henrik Baltazan, Tony Harvey,
Yeah.
Kelvin Lawrence, Warren Bancroft, Chris Mapp, Liam Beatty, and I was trying to pick out who got each number, but the quality is in 120p resolution. It was quite poor trying to do it.
It's like one square for the number plate.
It's awful, yeah. They couldn't really see it, but we are talking 23 years ago, which is
Yeah, mad.
crazy. But yeah, shout out to them who sent photos into the plates because that's
Love
something
it.
going.
Yeah, so we're and I'll be honest, I've not really pushed it for the last couple of weeks, so I will get going again on that. But yeah, it went well. We will.
Reece
complete that
Brownson's
list.
has got the number one. You ended up chatting to him on Instagram.
Right, yeah.
He was a good rider, wasn't he? Good rider in his
Yeah.
day. He went over to
Yeah.
motocross, I think. I'm sure he won.
All like old
Nationals.
names started coming up, and I was like, yeah, he was. He was in a couple of years younger than us, I think. But
Oh, he's a lot younger than us, but he was
is he?
he was on Croupe and he was winning
Yeah.
when he was like 7, 8, 9 years old. He was winning Euros, I believe. He
yeah,
was a good rider.
yeah, so that went up. I liked that.
Yeah.
Gamble ended up in the chat. He found his. I think he was on 81, maybe.
Or was he? I don't know.
Gamble's
I've got
81
rid of the list.
whilst on the front of a blue sun bike. Rings a bell to me.
It could
know
be.
what I
Yeah. That came to my Facebook, so I might have some numbers I've not shared with you. Actually, you'll have to share the spreadsheet somewhere where you're amalgamating them all.
Well,
But yeah.
Derlones, he messaged me saying he's going to get all the old dirt magazines out and things like that and have a look through them and things. So we've got a little collective of researchers, I'd say.
I've
who are gonna
got
do-
BMX Rider, all the 2024s.
Yeah.
So I could probably say I could probably populate most of the numbers, but
Well, the story when they got the clips. I don't know if I said this on the last episode. I don't think I did. But the story is that because of the clips came in, and the magazines didn't want to feature BMX racing, and this is why they made the no clip series, because Dirt magazine would then feature it in the magazines because it's proper racing with the flat pedals, and that's what BMX is, and that's the whole reason the series started, just to make sure that we continued getting some recognition by media, because obviously social media wasn't around then.
yeah, it was a time.
There's a bit of
It was
sense in
time. You
that.
had
That's good.
Dirt Ride, BMX Rider, The Albion was a BMX mag that came out for a short period of time.
Yeah, I
BMX
remember that
Rider,
one.
you could get in the WH Smith. So I remember trying to go and buy that just to see if I was in it. It's like it was a mad time.
Yeah.
Do you remember actually buying magazines? You know, and you go to WH Smith, and it could be a
Top
a
shelf,
bike magazine. Top Shelf had all the special wrappers on. It could, it could be car magazine, or it could be FHM, or it could be Loaded. Nobody buys magazines anymore. It's not a thing, is it?
No.
Just
No
go
one
on
buys
Instagram and
magazines.
scroll through fitness reels. That's what the
I
kids do
remember
now.
2024, and JJ did a fantastic job with 2024. And what I liked about 2024 is how we'd get as many pictures of people at the races in as possible. But as a consequence of doing that, some of the pictures would be quite small. And I bet I'm not the only person that's done this. I remember sitting on the toilet reading 2024 and getting my fingers over his magazine and trying to scroll out, trying to flick out and make the picture bigger in the magazine, because it was so small and my eyesight was starting to go, and I'm going, oh no, I can't zoom out on this magazine. But what a great job he did with 2024.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, because it's Spencer Murray. Was he the photographer?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a kind of out of Braintree area or something like that, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to move again.
Yeah, I think his
So
kid might have ridden for a bit.
There's some names. That's a name.
Yeah, it's a name that I recognise. I can't remember the name of the kid, but Jules will know.
All right, where are we going next? We got whatever happened to. Do you want to look at some bikes? Look at some
Yeah,
bikes
go
for a
on.
minute?
Do the rate and roast, and then we've got what happened to, and then we've got to talk Burnham, because there's been teases of Burnham.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
let's tease
let
Burnham
me just try
again.
Are you
I'm
loading
gonna
up
share.
pictures?
I'm going to share a screen. Right. Can you see that?
Yeah, we got it.
Is that
Brilliant.
was that standard?
Right.
Standard
So that
125,
is, yeah. So Adrian Ridley, he shared his. I think he might have had a Speedwagon or something last year that he shared with us, which was really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I think we all loved the way he put it together. This one's a bit of a parts bin special, he says. Secondhand parts, gifted parts. I think he's put it together for his boy. But I knew the minute we saw this that Booter at least would like it, with it being a standard. But like, if this is a parts bin special, what a bike it is. And nicely displayed. This is off his Instagram. It's bang on. The cranks are lined up correctly.
The
We're looking at
visuals
it from
are
the
bang
right
on
side.
it.
People are listening, aren't they? How to set up these bikes?
Well, some are.
We've almost changed the way.
Some
I
are.
get the feeling Adrian's he's sort of a bit of a creative and has these things on lock. I can see that even the valve stems are both towards the ground. I can't see that on the front. It looks like that valve stem's not in line with the tyre logo. So I'm not too sure about that.
Let's
But
have
if
a
this
look.
is part spin
Let's
special
zoom it in.
and a 125R is like, just the random parts, then that's incredible. But I
He
do
has
like,
he has got his valve stems with the tyre. If you're on the back, he has, and on the front, I think he has. But
Oh,
it
it's a
looks
power
like he's
block.
running
It's a different tyre.
different tyres. Yeah,
yeah,
which
I'll
if
let
it's a
him
part
off.
spin special, yeah,
Yeah, but imagine that being a part spin special bike.
I know.
I like the paint. Paint's
That's
wicked.
a nice colour
Paint
as
job's
well.
nice.
Yeah,
That is a nice setup. Seriously nice setup. If it's for his lad, great. As you guys know, the one qualm I've always had with the 125R is that you could bend it like a Pringle coming out of a gate. I was in no way a powerful rider, but I could touch the brake pads if I just pressed on the front pedal, because the back end of that bike flexed so much, and it was £4 frame, fair play, but it was just way too flexible for me.
yeah.
But,
I remember you on the
125Rs.
gate. It used to trouble you something chronic. You'd be stood there before the gate would go down, putting pressure on your pedal and going, "Is it bending? Is it bending?" And it was.
You could make the back end of the bike almost take over you.
Yeah.
And to go to a Speedco, you could definitely feel the difference. But
Oh,
beautiful bike
night and
there,
day.
Adrian, though.
Nice
Aidan's
bike,
done well
nice
there.
bike. All right.
I saw
So-
before you scroll down, he put a nice post on the other day about him and Tom Palmer, they coached together at Cardiff, and I don't know how they've worked this out, but they put on it that these riders behind us have all had 200 hours of coaching. So I don't know if the Cardiff app has some kind of how many hours you've done as well. We should probably talk about the Cardiff app actually. But yeah, fair play. They're doing a bit. Well done. Give me back.
That's
cool.
good. Well, lifeblood of the sport. So Luke Davis, he sent me this picture. He said Cruiser doesn't count. He's wrong. Cruiser does count, and we like to see him. He sent me a collection of pictures. This was the best one. He's got it lined up correctly, but the angles were a little bit hard to get everything in, but it looks nicer.
Wicked.
I've
Like
got
a bit of
nothing.
Candy Red.
I've got nothing wrong to say about Pure. The V7's out now as well, which you should probably talk to Rich Booter because there's a lot of new stuff on there that he was telling me about that I did not have a clue what he's on about. But it's
Should I reach out and bring the tech download on the new V7?
yeah, definitely.
How
But
many
that's-
years have you been riding Pures?
I've been riding one Pure for many years. No, we had a Pure. We went from Pure after we left Revel Bikes. We say left Revel Bikes. Revel stopped making them. So Revel used to sponsor BMX Hype, which was basically a red line because it was just made in the same factory. And even the dropouts, if you turn the bike upside down, said red line. So we used to call it a Rev line. But after that, we moved on to Pure. Well, basically mine got nicked, which was probably a good thing. And then I went on to a Pure after that, after they paid me out.
Well, it says something for longevity if you've been on a Pure for that long. Who owns Pure now? Because when they started, weren't they linked with the EA scaffolding?
It was the Vernons, weren't it? Is
Yeah.
it Vernons? Is that
Yeah.
who EA Scaffolding was?
That sounds
But
right.
no, Rich has bought
Rich-
the company. It's Rich's, yeah.
Fantastic.
Anyway, I like the chrome on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
looks
true.
nice.
It's
nice
been
colours.
to see chrome rims, chrome forks, chrome bars. That's you don't see that too often anymore. I like his graphics going chrome as well.
And is the I was going to say, is the graphics chrome? I couldn't tell if it was white or not.
What colour Dulux is it? What's that? Overtly olive in the pot. Is this Luke Davis? Is he from around here?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's a crew kid. Oh, well, I say kid. I've got no idea. I should be going to crew.
Everyone's a kid when you get to a certain age, isn't it?
But I like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. Colours.
Brilliant.
How's
All
it?
right. Yeah, Chalky's youngster's been on again. This is
There's some
Yeah,
cash in
Chalky.
this guy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now then, Chalky. He loves to spend it, doesn't he? He's
It
always
does.
got something for sale as well. He's always selling something. That's how sick's that, though.
Getting laser
My
treatment the other
word.
day. Oh, the Maybos are a dream, aren't they? I really want to have a go on a
I'm just
Maybo, I
taking in
think.
what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a Maybo full carbon. What's that called? The HSX. Behringer cranks. Carbon rim. I don't know what the wheels are, but the
It's got them
hubs
box
go with the
handlebars.
frame. He's got the
Yeah.
most expensive handlebars ever, 450 quid tie handlebars.
It's a 10 grand
That's
bike,
insane,
isn't
isn't it? That's
Mad,
so
isn't it?
sick.
Look at the back dropouts on it.
I know. I do think that if money was no object, I was building a bike right now, it would be a Maybo.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think I'd be the same.
I can't knock it. That's stunning. Well done, Chalky.
Mm. I remember when
Chalky,
Maybos came
you-
out.
Chalky
I've got
better be
some
going to
bikes.
the Worlds, isn't he? You got to be. If he's
Yeah,
throwing
that's
10
it.
grand a bike, you got to be throwing 10 grand at a trip at a bloody abroad.
You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think so. Well,
Got a lot of time for Chalky.
Get
Shout
yourself
out
out
to
there. Right,
Chalky.
last bike. So I told you I got it wrong in the last one. And
Right, joking.
here's
Oh.
the close up of Matthew's radio. So
A rad.
he give that a good clatter.
How's it gone in the middle?
I don't know. I think
I
That's
expected
gotta be
to
a
go
fault.
at the head tube.
yeah.
it's got to be a fault, surely.
I might have been sent
Unless
a
that's an
video of it
impact on
happening.
something.
Maybe it
That
clashed
you
with
would
another
normally
bike.
that would say that would be an impact, wouldn't it? If it went like
Yeah.
that. That's insane.
That's mad. Fair play. Well done, Matt.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, it's disintegrated. Oh, look at that top tube. Oh, that's gone.
Mm.
Or is that the
Imagine for
shadow?
your thigh.
No,
Is
I
that
don't
just
think
the
that's
top
the
of it, isn't
shadow. I think that could just be a fibre. These could
Now,
be
radio,
fibres,
I
I'm
think
thinking.
weren't they owned by We the People, or are they produced by We the People? The freestyle brand. I wonder if they offer a crash replacement policy.
I don't know. I think he's gone to Mabo. I think he might have borrowed a Mabo for the day after. Maybe. It's easy that I'm wrong. Did really well on it, and I think he might be on a Mabo now. But yeah, you wouldn't want any of those fibers in your legs, would you?
I've never snapped. I've never snapped a bike. I've snapped handlebars and things like that, and forks, but I've never snapped a bike. And I think if I did, I wouldn't ride the same bike, regardless of how it happened.
I think I'd probably feel the same. I mean, there's plenty to choose from, isn't there? Why would you go back? All right.
That's how it
Not
happens.
slating radio.
If it's really let you down or really scared you in a position where it shouldn't have let go, then I can imagine you'd never go back to it again. If you drove over that with your car, then I think you'd be like, give it a go. Did I ever tell you guys when Terry Green ran over my bike at Cheddar?
I remember this.
Yeah,
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Terry, shout out to Terry Green. He'd never listen to this anymore, but he passed his driving test. And the first time he drove to Cheddar, we were in the car park at the bottom, and for some reason or another, we'd gone to his car. So maybe we'd done practice, gone to his car, put the bikes, and then he pulled out of the parking space and ran over my bike. And I bent the cranks, bent the forks. Like, bless him, Terry. Like he bought me replacement parts, but he literally reversed back, stopped, looked at me because the car went. I was like, shit, mate, you just ran over my bike. Pedals.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was you.
Mate, yeah.
That's right.
A bigger bump. But yeah. Anyway.
There's a lesson for everyone there.
Of bikes going under cars. I can't remember if this was a regional or if it was the national. I can't imagine it had been a national, but it might have been because of how it used to be back in the day. It was Chesterfield anyway. So we were at the finish line and you could hang around the finish lines of those days. And then the next race was coming in. But someone, because it was an open park, was driving down the hill, but like over the not over the finish line, but the runoff for the finish line, and then was going to carry on going down. And at the same point, as car was coming down, the race was finished, and they slid, and went under the car. But like the bike went under the car, ran over the wheels of the car, and everyone's like, "Where the bloody hell's that car come from?" Like it was a local, it wasn't a BMX, so just going for it. But it was the most surreal thing ever. Everyone was like, "Where the flipping hell did that come from?" I can't imagine it was a national. It must have been a regional there, but it was carnage. Yeah. It was mad. Some heads nearly got lost.
I can imagine. Right, so there we are. We've looked at the bikes. Do you want to talk about Burnham?
Yeah, so Tom Palmer put a picture on. Did you see this, Peter? Tom Palmer put a picture on.
I commented on it, mate, because I think all of us jumped on it. And I'm not sure if he was baiting us out. I'll be perfectly honest.
But he toyed with they might put him for a national next year, didn't he?
I'm going to say exactly what he said. He's put early prep for 2027 Burnham National with the eyes emoji.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, he got 94 reactions and 24 comments. Because a lot of people jumped on it and went, "Oh, are you serious?"
If Burnham are not thinking about this, they need to think about this, because Burnham, and people say it's too tight, you're not going to fit all the gazebos in. Bullshit. Because I'll tell you now, Glasgow, that we've just had the smallest viewing area ever, right? Because you couldn't view on you couldn't view on the corners. Burnham has more viewing area than what Glasgow did. Burnham has a massive field out the back that they could just create a little gazebo village if they want, camping at the school like it used to be over the road. Like, you better bloody do it now, Tom. You can't put things on like that and not follow through. And
do you know what? It was funny, because I'm looking down it now. It was like a reunion from 20 years ago. The people that commented on it say. So JJ jumped on it, said, "Oh, yeah, I hope it's early in the year and the wind's coming the right way." Then a few others dropped on it. Danny Tipton, said, "I'll start training."
Yeah,
I jumped on there. I put a few eyes emojis. Said, "I'll buy a Krauser if this is true."
Mate, Burnham
one of the
was
last
sick.
races that I did actually. I did Brits 09.
09, that was on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
And 08 and 09 on Sky Sports. And that was
few people
my
jumped
category when Tuftsy nailed Scott Waterhouse in the second corner for the win. And Tuftsy gave the best interview ever for Tuftsy. Basically, no media practice, proper Northern, just too bad it was my best mate. It was like, and I
had to
nailed
go
him.
for it.
I had to go for it. Got a bit hectic.
Bit hectic.
Did you ever race Burnham, Dex?
I never did. I missed it.
Great venue, like an arena venue, because the track is like, well, on one side it's not sunk, but on the second straight it's sunk, isn't it? So
It's
you're
dug
above
right
it.
in, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think it was tight. It was good. It's loads of tarmac.
Loads of tarmac, because
I'd
obviously
welcome
it was Pete Phillips's, so Liam Phillips' dad, Pete Phillips,
Yeah.
ran a tarmac company. His dad just basically was probably siphoning off tarmac from jobs to go, that landing can be made tarmac, that corner can be made tarmac. It's so much tarmac, we'll get it on there.
Well, it sounds like
He's-
the people want it back. It sounds like the people want Burnham back. So maybe it's going to happen.
I raced my very first Brits there, 2001. I think it was 2001.
Yeah.
And if you can imagine what I was used to at Crewe on the old track, was like I'd been I'd been a few races, so you can imagine your first Brits, you turn up and there's like, what are these tarmac landings? And obviously it was insane. And I remember, can clear as day remember the very first gate that I took, and I had Danny Hart next to me. Danny Hart,
Yeah.
tiny little kid on skinnies, inch and apes, sending everything, like absolutely folding his wheels. He was, I think, remember that second double, Sean, had a
Second
really
double.
big long landing on it.
Yeah.
So you
Because it was
jump and then you
uphill.
drop right down.
So you'd go down the hill,
Yeah.
down Start Hill, over your first year, and then it was a long uphill, and then you just had to pull. And if you managed to get over it, you had another Start Hill, basically. The landing was like another Start Hill, and you was
Yeah,
macking into that
It was
first corner.
fast, wasn't it? It was such a fast track when you got it right. When you got that second jump right, everyone was heading into that first turn really, really hot.
Yeah.
And that was an eye opener, that was. Because, you know, can you imagine only knowing sort of Crewe and Coppell and then going to Burnham? And that was your first taste of national level racing as well. But
Was this pretty
I
steep
thought
and
it
deep?
was really good.
It was.
It's been through many generations, but it was
Yeah,
it was
so
pretty
many.
steep and deep, yeah. And we had
There-
lots of different like iterations. There was one point where there was a huge double on the third straight, really
Yeah.
dug out. But it was just always a really
deep.
tight arena atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah. Last straight never flowed. It was like
Last
they
straight
just
was like
laid
putting logs down. Yeah,
logs.
it was like
Yeah.
yeah. That was. I didn't really get on with that, but for everything else, I used to love it. Tightest
Yeah.
second corner in the game.
Second corner was always
Wicked
like,
second corner.
I don't know if we're going to get round it unless we follow each other.
Yeah.
Because it was like the wall of death. It like, you know, when you see bikes in the, what they call the balls, that they just go round in circles.
Yeah,
You're like, you're vertical. No, horizontal. Yeah, that's the one. You're horizontal round the corner. It was mad.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What a time.
So, talking of old school tracks, Peebs also wanted to talk about Chesterfield, and in particularly the first straight. And then he also said, "Do you remember when Big Mike went down?" And I went, "Oh fuck, Big Mike! I wonder how many people remember Big Mike, Big Mike Pinner."
I remember Big Mike because he crashed and I crashed into him, and fuck, it hurt. Like, it didn't even move him. I generally would have happily face planted the floor rather than him. It hurt
Some
me so
serious
bad.
power on him that way.
I don't get it. Like, you see this man, and let's be honest, he's what, about 20 stone?
He was a
18
unit.
stone?
I'm 20 stone, Sean. I'm sure he was bigger than 20 stone.
He's massive, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
but he could move a bike, and you go, what the hell is going on here? Like, it
Do
didn't
you
make any
remember
sense.
seeing? Do you remember seeing videos of Mike and Trey and Lee Baker and Daniel White all? Oops, come
In
down
the woods.
all in riding the old Peckham track, the one that they used to have to do
the
two
three
laps on.
straighter. Yeah.
Yeah, the three straighter. And he'd be pulling Dan White, and Dan White would be on the program. And Lee Baker, you know, they would have like one of the fastest first straights out of anyone.
Yeah. Because he ran
And
160 cranks and 42
fair play to him.
16.
Yeah, it would just be pulling hard. But on Chesterfield, going back to Chesterfield, it's under rebuild, right? I've seen
it is.
fences around it.
Yeah, so they've put a new start gate in. Look, initially, I think they were building the start gate up, and I thought, well, that's not what we need there. But I think
Yeah.
it's just been re-tarmacked. They're getting a proper start gate in. But then all of a sudden, there was more budget. other companies would put it. So they've redone the whole first, second, third straight. Tarmac corners. Oh, mate, I can't wait.
Who's doing it?
Brilliant.
Phil Hoodoo, maybe. I think it is him. Sure,
I
it's
think
Phil.
it could be. I mean, it makes
It would be
sense
a good guess.
geographically,
Like he'd
wouldn't
be
it?
the right person
Yeah,
for
it
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure he built the initial one, didn't he? So
Yeah.
it looks good.
That's a real, like, one of my generation tracks.
I'd
It
love
was
to.
my very
Like,
first national, in fact.
can
there.
you remember they spray painted the first corner that just said "Scream if you want to go faster"?
Yeah, and then didn't they put something like manuals for wimps or something on
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that was
Second
it, yeah.
Straight jump. Yeah. Fond memories.
That's
Chesterfield.
pretty
Brilliant.
good.
Brilliant.
All
brilliant.
right. I'm looking at the list of stuff to talk about. You wanted to talk about Cardiff's app.
Yeah, mate. I don't know why there's not more clubs have done this yet. So obviously Cardiff National's coming up, and Hugh, I guess it's Hugh. Hugh said download the app because everything that goes live this weekend for the national, you got to book through the app. It's brilliant, honestly. This app's sick. And we spoke to the guys, didn't we? He came and knocked on our shoulder at Manchester, and he said, "Make sure you give
Gaz,
Cardiff a shout
yeah.
out." Gaz, that's it. Oh, I'm so bad with names. But yeah, you got on the app. It's got everything on there. How to book in the sessions. You do everything through that. So I don't know if he's going to potentially roll this out to
I
more
was going to say
clubs.
someone's selling that format.
Yeah, maybe.
Got to
so.
be.
My
Yeah.
local kebab house has got an app, so they're doing it.
The way forward.
Surely you can put a Shopify link or I'm say Shopify as a generic term for it, but if you got 300 or something to sell, secure payment profile.
I'd
You
like
would
British
think so.
Cycling to do
Google
an
Gemini
app.
builds you an app if you want.
Yeah. Maybe we should build one for entries of racing and just take it off British Cycling for the shittest website in the world.
You said it.
You don't.
I
like
did
it,
say
do
in
you?
Manchester, whilst I was in indoors, that Scores has completely revolutionised BMX tech, and
Yeah.
actually it's relatively simple.
Mhm.
It's quite a simple thing, really. It's only numbers on a spreadsheet, but the architecture behind it's really simple, and he's done really, really well out of it. It just came in at the right
Architecture.
time for it.
Yeah.
I must admit, it's good to go back and look up race results, and quite often you'll hit a race series website, and then it'll send you to a Scores website to get the results, and it's
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
easy to use.
You probably won't know this. There's two types of scores. There's my scores and our scores. So my scores is your personal chip. So on Wednesday, for example, went Birmingham. It's got every Wednesday I go of all my hill times and lap times and everything else. Not that I do
Class.
full laps, but I'm quite interested in my hill time. My lap times are like 56 seconds because I've
Yeah.
shut it down and rolled round, and it just keeps clicking it off. PB'd at
class.
56 seconds. But yeah, I'm interested in the hill times.
What I noticed in Manchester indoor is that's what 80% of the spectators have got out on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll watch the lap and then they'll go on their phone and they'll say, so-and-so got the hill. They were second in the first turn and then they came through. And they were like, that was a way of analysis really quickly. Or a rider would finish, then go on to Scores and check. And that's the shock to me because I'm old and I didn't know about that thing. But I thought, do you know, wow, that gives you like that instant feedback.
I like it and I don't like it because 10-year-olds should be enjoying the racing. Just go and enjoy your race. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And then you also get the
Parents should
argument
be
of,
hammering them
if
about their first straight time,
yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, if I raced how I did in my Moto 1, I'd have won today. Like, grow up. That's not how BMX works. Like, the reason you got a good lap time in your first one because you didn't have everyone else in there blocking you, kind of thing. So,
Fair point.
it's good and bad.
Fair point.
Yeah, that's true. You don't necessarily want to just be racing yourself on the gate, beating your own Scores times. Scientifically, you probably do. But it's much better to be on the gate with your mates going, I pulled is it tonight.
Yeah, happens
That's
quite
better.
often. That.
That's more fun. All right.
I don't think
so
that happens though, Sean. I saw that video of you with, George Hunt and them in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Your wrist pedal's getting out.
Who is?
His 2.3 is pretty lethal. Fair play to
George. Oh,
Hunt.
yeah, he's mad.
Oh, he's rapid, but
my
when
one,
you
yeah, I'm
look
there.
at- Hey?
My one, I'm there.
you know what? You're one. If you're over the gate, but
Yeah.
I think your gate's a real strong point. Your hill.
I don't think I've ever beat Is It out of the gate. And I tell you what I like about your bottom of the hill as well is where there's a little bump, where there's a little roller. I like how you can go full chat out the gate and then full chat over the roller, pedaling all the way. Derby's like the best example of kind of you hitting that hill and then straight over the roller. Is that have they still got that roller?
They used to. Now there's it's the step up, step down now, but you can pedal through that. I do
That's
like
what
the
I
pedal
like.
wheelie.
You've got that in your arsenal. It's when it's third straight and beyond you shit out. So
Yeah, I feel like I could be. I really enjoyed the weekend regional because it was a 26-second lap, mate.
how long's Gosport nowadays, by the way?
Don't know.
Because there used to be 7 straights. It's not anymore, is it?
Oh no, God, no! It's not. It's 4 straights.
I know
it
changed,
feels like quite a short track, but everyone says it's a long track. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But no, it should be all right.
Wicked. When is that?
4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So we've got a bit of a break. We've got Sarian in 3 weeks-ish.
Yeah.
Let's do some race research before the next one. Actually look at what's going on. Who's doing well, who's not doing well.
So here's something I want to actually talk about because when we was at Glasgow, and because I managed to get at the top because that's where the DJ was, so I went and saw Casey at the top. So I thought I'd film the elite race on the Sunday and the Saturday. I noticed a lot of people take their gazebos down, and I get it because it's Glasgow. Everyone wants to get home. They've all got 6-7 hours drives to do. And then the elites, and I was thinking like elite racing is the pinnacle, but there's not enough spectators there. Everyone's gone home because their kids are done. They're packing the gazebo up, so they're not actually watching the race. So I've approached a few people to change this. And I haven't told you about this yet. I want to put the elite race first, before the B finals, before the cruisers, and then the kids are there and they can watch it, and then we've got spectators and they start to build a following a bit more. And it looks better for the media as well because it's packed. Everywhere's packed. Everyone's got the gazebos up still. So I approached the comms. The commissaires, they said they're not too fussed about it as long as the timings are okay. As long as it doesn't mess the timings up in terms of the race day starts and finishes at the same time. They're not asked about the kind of order it goes in. I was like, there's your first tick. So then I thought I'd go to the coaches. I asked Bloomy, I asked Kev, would there be any issues of changing it around? And they said, Kev was all for it. Bloomy not so much for it, but sees the positives in it. Okay. But he's a believer of the races should get faster and you finish with the fastest one. I said, what's the point if no one's there? And he sees that point.
Yeah.
And then I put it to the riders and made a group chat with all the championship riders that have raced this year at the National.
Did you?
Genuine, yeah.
Some word behind this.
And they're all mad keen for it. They all want it changed. So
I don't think it's a bad idea because they don't have semis typically, do they? So there's no element of reduced recovery time. And you put the jingle on, I guess, and you get everyone hyped up, and then you drop the gate on the fastest riders of the day. So,
well, here's another plan. Here's another plan. In that space between the semis and the finals, where everyone just goes dead and the music's just playing and that's it. You get the crowd hyped up. You pull some kids out. You get a little sweepstake going. Bit of gambling, bit of sweepstake going. If your rider wins, ice cream sale. If your rider wins, you win some goodies, and you get like some companies involved who I don't know, like ODI.
That was always the best. That was always the best. Yeah. Get a gate. What I will say is, and what I don't really see the merit of is at the Euro rounds they're running the whole elite program before the amateur program.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand that one.
Saturday, Sunday, and then there's racing on Monday or something, isn't there? Or is it Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, no, but like
Friday, Saturday, and then
by 1 o'clock on a Saturday, the elites have finished.
Yeah,
and then it's like, right, okay, guys, jump on track, 9-year-olds.
Yeah,
and the fizz has gone. What you're describing actually is putting the fizz in right in the middle of it, which I agree with. I think it's bang on.
Yeah,
either that or go back to 3 mains. Which I'm not sure anyone would sign up to. But how good is that as a spectator? You're like, right, okay, so-and-so's got 2 out, got a 2 and a 2. He's on X amount of points. Do you remember the call of the gate was like, in gate 7, so-and-so on 8 points. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you'd be watching the battle, wouldn't you, between the
You'd
first
be
and
watching
second
it, like
people?
thinking, like so and so needs to get third or above, and X. You know, that's never going to happen. Let's face it. But I think your idea is pretty good.
I think it's a good one. I don't want to like it, but I think in today's day and age, I have to like it because to Bloomy's point, it should get faster and faster and faster until the very pinnacle of the day is the end, and then you can completely release. The racing's done for the day. You can have a track invasion. You can try and claw hold of your elites, and you can touch them. They can start throwing the goggles. That you can rip bits off their bike and take them home as souvenirs because there's so much money in the sport. That's the way it should be. It's never going to be that way. Everyone's already, they want to get their vans loaded and get down the road. I like what you're proposing.
Yeah, I just want to bring it like the kids and the elites back together. Like, could we do in the BMX hype tent a little sign-in thing, and kids bring whatever they want and then get a sign? Like, I don't know. Something needs to happen to build it. At the minute, it feels a bit. We rock up BMX, get the thing done, go home. Let's make it an event. So that's the plan. And watch out, because maybe at Gosport I might get them to do a little trial run, and we might see elites going first.
Sounds like you got a movement. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
we'll see.
All right.
I just wanted the podcast. I wanted to see if you guys agreed with it. That's what I put in my notes.
I do. I do think the racing should finish at the end and it should be the pinnacle. But it doesn't matter how much I want that. It doesn't matter how much Bloomy wants it. People are people, and they're going to do peopleish things, and the van's loaded and the gazebo's down and they're on the way. We can't change that now. We can't change it.
Yeah, we'll
see. What else we got for you? Is that it? We've done it.
We've been going for an hour and 16. It'd be a bit less by the time we use the AI to chop out the boring bits.
We'll have to do your board game another time.
Right. I want to talk about the board game another time, but I think it's time. I think it's time to make some money out of this podcast. So I was thinking, how can we do this? And I went, we should start dropping some number plates. And as it went, no, waste of time. No, everyone's got their own number plates, and everybody's got all the sponsors' logos. And I went, yeah, you're right. And I went, maybe we should have a board game. Maybe there can be some kind of, snakes and laddery Monopoly type game where you start on the start hill and you've got to get to the finish line. But of course it's not as simple as that. You're going to roll the dice, and you're going to come across some trouble on the way, and maybe you'll get a puncture, or maybe you'll have to pull a community chest card.
Community chest. We started reeling off some
Booter's
good
voice
community
notes
chest.
were amazing. Booter's voice notes were amazing on the community
the
chest.
penalties that you could get on the community on the chance cards. I won't repeat them on the pod. But they were
you should repeat them because that.
Well, no, they were just like, so and so would have to do this, or you get pimped over a corner by so and so. It was like there were anecdotes from our careers, if you want.
You signed for a team that went bankrupt. You owe the bank £500.
You owe the bank 500. Missed 3 spaces. You get the piss taken out of you in the pens by Phlegm Dog. You're sad for 3 laps. Go to half dice throws.
Brilliant. Yeah. It might be a bit of a passion project, this one.
It's not got legs, I think we need a board game. We can start to cash in, make some money.
Kids are too busy at BMX playing on little plastic ramps, sending themselves to the moon. They ain't going to sit around a Monopoly board.
Well, I don't know. I think kids demand these sorts of things. I think it'll make them better humans if they put the screens down, start to go back to traditional games. Yeah.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Is that you could if you throw a double 6, it goes. You've been invited to Reedy's 40th birthday in Nantwich. Collect $500 and wear your best gear. Just speaking of that, of Reedy's 40th in Nantwich, when I had Gamble in the socials, and he was sharing his no clips plate, he said, "I've got loads of stories, and no one will ever believe the stories that I could tell, a bit like your stories, really." And when we went on Reedy's 40th. Because my birthday, Kopi's birthday, Reedy's birthday, all about the same time, like a couple of days apart at end of January. And I don't think we all hit 40 in the same year, but maybe one of us was 40 one year and 2 were 40 the year after. So we went to Nantwich for Reedy's, and obviously he brought a big crew, came. And I don't know why he chose that part of the world, but that's where we were going. And we tried to get into rat catchers in Nantwich, and they wouldn't let Gamble in, because he had trainers on. And they were probably nice trainers, but they wouldn't let him in because he had trainers on. Which I don't even know if that's a thing anymore in this day and age.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You got in hoodies,
we shared a picture from my stag do, didn't we, on our group chat that
Yeah.
Dex isn't in. And me and Lucas are in shirts because you had to get dressed up. But there you go. There we go, Dex. I'm going off your story.
Well, no, but that's it. But they wouldn't let him in. And we were like, oh, what are we going to do? You know, because it's not a party if Gamble's not there. He swapped his shoes with the guy in the kebab shop. So the guy that was running the kebab shop, he swapped his shoes with him just for the night and swapped them back again when we left the nightclub.
It's like in betweeners, isn't it?
And
Yeah,
Gamble
boss
seems
man.
to have some weird memory of wearing double socks or something, so he doesn't get athlete's foot off the kebab shop man. But he legit did it, and we went back and he got in, and the party happened, and that's a story you can believe. But apparently he's got loads you can't. I'm sure of it. I think I don't know if I can say this, but I'll say it. I'm outing someone else. Am I right in saying that Gamble shared the first ever porn you saw, Booter, on MSN?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say saw, but I think when back in the day when it was less prevalent, and you used to, like, for example, you go to school and someone would share you a video of someone's head getting cut off or something stupid like that. you would then do, like, you would file share, wouldn't you? And you'd be like, have a look at this.
That's brilliant.
Be like, download this. What's happening? It takes 3 hours to download a 10-second clip.
I reckon I probably know which clip it is as well.
I'd imagine it's come across your desk at some point, Sean. But yeah, back when it was less prevalent and you couldn't get around anything, that's what used to happen, didn't it? You'd get Bluetooth or infrareded
Infrared
or whatever, like a photo or a clip.
Wow,
Class.
MSN. Right, there you go. So that's it. That's the board game.
that's a good one to finish on.
Yeah, let's finish. All right, let's try
do
and
some
get together again
next time. If we might get a few. If we do it after the Sarian World Cup, that'll work out, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of that, what we've just been speaking about, Beth Shreever's just dropped in, said first would be cool as well, something different. There you go. Even the big dog one. Ross has said first. Beth has said first. Freya's said first. We're going first.
Well, if you probably have to formalise it, Sean, get it on a document and submit it.
An Instagram group chat's not official enough.
Get it done. Right.
Formalise it, put it in.
Yeah,
that's it. Well, watch this space. Is it's going to change the face of BMX in the UK?
We'll see. We'll give it a go.
See you next time.
Peace out.
Bye.
Snap on green.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issy.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in a foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. And bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and ride our hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Buddha is it too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The party is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with your lines. We're always slow, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.